What up, what up, what up? It's your boy PA, and you are now tuned in to the shop. So today we got a problem that we gotta fix. Taking the Monte Carlo out on the drive, enjoying it, and look down, see my thermostat was at like see my temp was at reading like 235. Alright, gotta get home. Luckily I was down the street from my house. Pull into the garage and I just see a constant drip, 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 drip. Like, what is going on? Look down. This is the aftermath of it, but I'll try to insert a video of what it looked like as it was leaking. But yeah, cooling everywhere. And I have a big sneaky suspicion it's probably from not having an overflow tank, which I had purchased the overflow tank. I just never installed it because I knew I wanted to change the radiator and go E-fan in case I don't know, ever wanted to LS swap it, which has been a big thought. But nonetheless, ain't broke. What's the point of fixing it? Well, this happened, so now it's broke. Gotta fix it. Realistically, the motor needs to be pulled because there's not only that, but it's leaking oil, leaking coolant. Luckily, they're not mixing, but nonetheless, they're leaking. I think that one coolant leak is from the freeze plugs, and underneath this engine is just caked in oil from just years of driving, and no one's ever, I'm not gonna say no one's ever replaced the gaskets, but I'm pretty sure that they haven't been hasn't been regasketed in a very long time. So been going back and forth, and I think I'm just gonna replace the freeze plug whenever I pull the motor and all that other stuff. But also been thinking about LS swapping it pretty heavy. So if you want to see LS swap for the Monte Carlo on the channel, let me know. But in the meantime, no need to LS swap just because the radiator's bad. But you know, might as well go down the rabbit hole. So I have got new radiator, got a fan shroud, two 12-inch ball fans, new radiator cap, new isolators, and a Durrell E-fan thermostatic controller. So that should be a big and huge upgrade to this setup, because I mean this thing is still using clutch fan setup, so that should be a big upgrade. It should open up a lot of space in the engine bay as well. And the good thing about this is this radiator has bungs, steam port bungs here and here for LS engines, so makes it that much easier to LS swap it down the road. But yeah, huge huge fan shroud for the big clutch fan. I mean, this radiator is ironic. This is the same radiator cap I just got. So, but yeah, radiator's old. It's dated. It's had its time. I mean, you can see, and actually looking through the fan shroud area, it's kind of hard to see, but it's like discolored on the inside and blue, and I don't know, man. This thing's old. So when we pull it out, I'll show you guys again. But in the meantime, I don't have that much time, so let's go ahead, drain the radiator. We'll pull the hoses off, let that drain too, and pull the fan shroud off. And of course, time lapse it because who wants to see me take bolts out? All right, see ya. Well, a few minutes passed by and we've got radiator out. Here's a better way to see it. Yeah, I mean That's the top of it, and this is the bottom part. That's the bottom part. This is the top. You didn't see the petcock there, but yeah, it's pretty bad, to say the least. And look at that. Granted, that's got the transcooler stuff in there, so that's why it looks even worse. But I mean, it doesn't look optimal, to be honest. So upgrade, and then getting rid of the clutch fan for good, hopefully. But yeah, so much room for activity, so much space now. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, some crap up here. Anyway, yeah, so gonna take the clutch fan off, give it even more space, and then we'll start mocking up the radiator, and hopefully put that in, or put the fans on the radiator, fans on the fan shroud, then shroud on the radiator, and then we'll be able to put this thing down and start wiring it up, so that way I can close the garage. Well, some time has gone by, some things gone on, and we run into our first dilemma. First dilemma is fan shroud won't work. Luckily, I bought a backup plan. I really did want a shroud though, and I'll show you why it's not working. So if you can see through here, I mean, that's the shroud right there, and the fan's essentially going to be in front of it. And this is with both fans. It's like all the way over on the left, got plenty of space on the right. And I mean, look at that. Look at all that space there. So same here. It's a lot of space. And if you move it, it overhangs over here now. So it's not gonna work. That sucks because I really did want to run a shroud. But backup plan, this right here. Sorry, let's see if you can just do this. This right here is the backup plan. We're just gonna mount these straight onto the through the fan, straight through the radiator, and that's just how we're gonna have to do it. Problem number 2. Small problem, but bought these little feet thing to replace the stock ones, and they're too long. They don't fit. So luckily got to reuse the stock ones, if you can see down there. Got to reuse those, and the radiator fits. The radiator fits. So that's good. Pull it back out, put the fans on, and let's call it a day. Like it. Somehow in the small section, I have managed to lose one of the springs that goes on the back of the shroud or whatever. But nonetheless, this is how it goes. I realize some people may not know how to use like the zip tie method. So I'm gonna show you. So literally, what I usually do is I mark the put the fans in the spot that I want them, like you guys saw in the last clip, and I just go ahead and stick the zip tie thing through the fins, so that way it's already marked. So when I take the fans off, I can go ahead and push it right back through that hole. So yeah, this one has like a little spring to it, but it goes zip tie, spring, and then there's these little rubber isolators that kind of help with vibration. That goes on the fin, and then on the front side you've got another isolator, and then you have the it's like a lock washer essentially. But yeah.
I don't know who the fuck to trust? Is he my friend or my foe? I'm off the exit, bro. Yeah, she give me that claim I was wrong. I remember back when I was younger, I was happy. Nowadays feel like no one understand me. I'm good at artists, still on Bob, Bambi. Baby's yellow, text. She wanna give me like candy. Run up the racks, track me. I'll run up the racks like an athlete. Big facts, you're the dick, 6 flags. Ballin' like dick, told her I love her, I ain't really.
What up, it's your boy PA. You now back in the shop, and really I shouldn't do another intro, but it's been a couple of days since we started the radiator and E-fan swap, and like any problem that could go wrong definitely did go wrong. First off, we had the rubber isolators. Those did not fit, the ones that I got from Amazon. Not surprised. Secondly, the fan trial didn't work. I think I already said that in the video. Oh, and the biggest one was the relay kit did not work because it only it was like only 25 amps max, and I called the company that created the fans, and they said that each fan would be about 13 to 14 amps, so that's 26 to 28 amps. Needed a bigger relay. I tried to go with a bigger relay, but I don't know, something about it just kind of freaked me out. So I decided, I'll just go with another relay kit. So I had to wait on new relays to come in. I think those are 40 amps each. So overkill, but it's fine. So new relays came in. New thermostatic probe came in. What else? And I had to wait on wiring and butt connectors to come in. But after all that, and then kids got sick. So what should have taken like a day or like an afternoon, that's taken multiple days. But that's what happens in the real world, so it is what it is. I pretty much showed you guys everything. I mean, I took the fan out, put the electric fans already on it, and the only thing I didn't show you was wiring, so bear with me as I show you the wiring, because it will change, but this is more so a temp thing. And I just bled the coolant. So we got our two relays right here, and then we've also got a override switch, so if it's like too hot in traffic or something like that, I can pull over, bang, hit the switch, fans come on with a key on, or with ignition. So wire that up, pretty sleek, fits in, no one would even know. The fans, they are butt connectors, so I could take those off easily at any moment I need and change it. That's about it. I mean, the relay kit is pretty self-explanatory. I will put it in the link, or put it in the description. I'll put the link in the description. But I mean, they worked for this first run to just bleed the system. So, and then I also added an overflow can. This radiator is pretty hot, and I'm pretty sure this is what happened to begin with. I didn't have an overflow, so that's probably why I had all that coolant to begin with. But nonetheless, we got one now. That's the worst of the coolant left. And I've got all of these gallons. Realistically, I only needed 3, or wait, empty. 2 and some change. So, yeah. More and more, I'm ready to LS swap this thing. I haven't said before. So, numbers matching engine, numbers matching trans, 1970, first gen, Monte Carlo. It's not really rare, but kind of is rare. Small block 350, so it's not important. It's not the 454 or the 400, but not many of them still have numbers matching. So I talked to a guy that I won't reveal where he works, but he buys and sells a lot of classic cars and works somewhere that does that. And he said as long as the numbers matching stuff goes with the car. A lot of people will be like, oh, it's not numbers matching, blah, 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 to try to get the best deal. But he'll be like, nope, it comes with the car. So I think that would make me happy. And I think putting an LS in this thing, maybe with a 4080, 4060, or I think that you can actually do it with the Turbo 350. So maybe just rebuild a Turbo 350, so that way I'm not changing too much drivetrain wise, just the engine. I don't know, but is what it is. Anyway, that's it. I'm done rambling. It's your boy PA. You're not leaving the shop. Take it easy. Peace.